Hello there everybody, welcome back to the PTM AC Customs Garage. You can actually walk around here this week. Good job everybody, cleaning up, thank you. We are here again with another Armored Core 6 build. This one is from Buildophile Nova Plex, and its name is Thunderstruck. Nova said they would add lore later, and if you did, I wasn't able to find it, but this short tale about its upbringing isn't bad. Nova Plex used this build for a challenge run they did, a run they dubbed the Shock and All Challenge, where basically Nova was restricted to only using weapons that caused the electrified status effect. You know, a grand old library of four weapons that have that effect. The build originally called for dual stun guns, but they are just so bad. But in the end, Nova was still able to beat all mine using the stun guns. Nice job, Nova. So I guess they aren't the worst. I still think they are. I do anyway. Me. Thunderstruck's frame consists of an Elcano for Mesa head and arms. The head has evenly mid defense, is lightweight, and features a decent 15-second scan time duration, while the arms defense focuses more in AP and energy defense, also being lightweight and having pretty good firearm specialization. Just try not to look too hard at that recoil control. The core and the legs are both the Schneider-Lammergeier, and the core is the lightest core on Rubicon. Throwing caution to the wind, it is so lightly armored, it has an exposed core, and the legs are the lightest in the quad legs. Moving on to the internals, the booster is a Rubicon Research Institute IBC03B NGI001. Woo! Kinda long when you read the whole thing out. With its excellent quick boost thrust capabilities. Then we have another IBC03FWLT001, also from the Institute. While it is a stat-heavy FCS, it is unfortunately not quite the best at anything in particular. Powering this AC is a VE20C from the Arquebus Advanced Development Division. I'm not really sure why. I'm normally pretty good at coming up with a reason, but I mean it does have good energy output and capacity, but the stun weapons are all ballistic and I don't think they get buffed by the energy firearm specialization. Anyway, let's move on. I'll get around to my suggestions later on. Oh yeah, and terminal armor in the expansion. It is technically the meta choice. It's also the easier one to use, since all you do is let it happen. Moving on to the weapons, you'll first notice this version does not have the stun guns. Nope, Nova had already swapped them pre-submission. And I thank you, Nova. Thank you very much. Instead, in the right hand is an Etsujin from Baus, the king of the machine guns on Rubicon, as long as you get up close. In the left hand is an Elcano Viento. This thing is really good at slapping ACS strain on an AC. And with a 2.5 second reload time, who cares it only has 5 shots in a magazine? And parked on Thunderstruck's shoulders are a pair of VE60 SNAs from Arquebus's Advanced Development Division. If it can break a big metal worm, then imagine what it can do to an AC's armor plating. Thunderstruck's AP is a meager 8,550, and its defensive performance score is only 1,030, so try to dance the skies to avoid damage, or in other words, try not to get hit. Its attitude stability is still an average 1,755 due to the tetrapod legs, and it's pretty fast at a 331 boost speed. Though I do think Novaplex is playing on PC, I may be wrong. This wasn't a sharecode AC, so I tried my best at getting the paint and the decals as good as I could. I did mess up that one little one on the chest, on the core, and the very front. It's pretty obvious how I got it wrong. Alrighty then, let's talk a little bit about improvements. I acknowledge the VE60 SNAs have good range, but since both the Etzies and the Viento are better at much closer ranges, and the snail cannons don't get a debuff when you're up close, I would swap the WLT for an Ocelus. It will benefit your aim, as long as you're in close range, and it's still an Institute part, if that matters. And for the generator, the VP20C weighs less, so it makes you faster, both on ground and in hover, and it has better recharge stats. I did test these changes myself, and the AC will run like this. Its new boost speed is 342 from the 331. Now as for tactics, get close enough for the Etsy and the Viento combo, and start chipping away ACS. If you manage to stagger the enemy, punish with a dual barrage from the snail cannons. If you find yourself struggling to get that last bit of ACS, then just pop the snail cannons early. Coming up next is the PvP testing. The first 2 matches are while using the original posted build, and the third match is with the FCS swapped, but not the generator. I hadn't actually thought of that until writing this script, but I did still test it.
Know who you are, but you're dead. present. Over. Code 5. Sending combat log. Requesting verification. Splits!
I really hated that last guy. I fought him 3 times in all this. The first time he used an AC that was a missile boat and he just flew away when he realized he couldn't beat me like heads up and just used his missile's range to beat me from out of range. But the second and third time were with that build you saw there, and that was also a little bit angering, but that third match did go so well that I felt like I couldn't rob the viewers of such a wonderful match. So there you have it. It's a bit of a bittersweet ending for me. And next week we were getting into that one gal's second build. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. I will see you in the nest.
Humanity wants to burn it all. Everything on Rubicon. I won't let you. Your fire must die.
Man, I still believe.